There are two things that will stop sleep: getting into the chat room and also looking at your phone. 80% of people in America sleep with their phone. The phone should not be in the bedroom. It should be out of the bedroom. Even if you're on call, put it in the hallway, you'll wake up. What happens when we sleep? A few things are happening when we sleep. There's a little tiny gland in the base of our brain called the pineal gland. And the pineal gland releases 4 hormones every night. One of these hormones that the pineal gland releases, one is serotonin, and serotonin is your mood hormone. So if you want to feel good, go to bed early.
So what happens if someone goes to bed at midnight? Not only have they cut down by almost half their melatonin, serotonin, agonine, basotosin, and epithalamin, but they've also lost some of their cleaning. And what can also happen is they can wake up in the morning and they've still got memory from the day before in their short-term memory unit because there wasn't enough time to get it into the rapid eye movement.
10 nights of 6 hours sleep a night doubles your risk of mental illness. And 6 hours sleep a night, the person doesn't even know they're not functioning properly because they actually feel all right. What a deception is that? Dr. Matthew Walker, he says,
insomnia can make you a stargazer even when you're not or don't want to, except that you're not gazing at stars but you're sealing. But on a serious note, insomnia can lead to dementia and cognitive decline. Barbara O'Neill's natural remedies can break your endless loop of insomnia, and your pillow will be more than just for headrest battles. Watch this video until the end to discover how you can fine-tune your brain for a full, harmonious night's sleep without the fuss of using sleeping pills. How sleep is affected. Insomnia was non-existent in earlier times when there wasn't a trace of electricity. People used to go to bed with the sun setting. Even if they had work to do, they would use candles at night. But today, there are a variety of factors, including technology, that are affecting our sleep schedules, leading us to experience long-term insomnia. Almost every one of us has the habit of using smartphones or getting engaged with other electronic devices like laptops or tablets before going to sleep. We often end up using cell phones for hours, and this excessive screen time results in the disappearance of sleep.
Sleep wasn't a problem before electric lights came along. People went to bed when the sun went down. And if they did anything, you couldn't do much under candlelight, is that right?
Barbara O'Neill says these electronic devices produce blue light, which can tell our brain to stay awake. This light targets a certain part of the brain that helps keep us awake in daylight. Therefore, looking at a screen before bedtime should be discouraged at all costs if you want to experience sound sleep. According to studies, using the phone for 2 or more hours in the evening can negatively influence the melatonin surge that is vital for falling asleep. The best you could do in this case is to shut down all electronic devices 1 or 2 hours before sleeping. Instead of using a cell phone, you can try reading a book or doing some other relaxing activity.
There is a blue light that comes out. Now, it's a different frequency to sunlight. But in the middle of the night, if you look at your phone, there's enough blue light going in there to say to your brain, daytime, wake up.
Pineal gland and hormones. There's a tiny gland at the base of your brain called the pineal gland, which is almost the size of a macadamia nut. This gland releases 4 hormones during the night, but only during specific hours. According to Barbara O'Neill, these 4 hormones essential for better sleep are released between 9 p.m. and 2 a.m. in winter, but in warmer months, it happens between 10 p.m. and 3 a.m. She says the timing is often affected by the circadian rhythms, which are controlled by dark and light signals that are sent through your optic nerve to the control center of your brain, alternatively known as the body clock. Your body clock or control center then tells your pineal gland to release serotonin, melatonin, arginine vasotosin, and epithalamin.
You begin to have a knowledge on the important times to sleep and why. There's a little tiny gland in the base of the brain, and it's called the pineal gland. And it's right in the base of your brain. And the pineal gland releases 4 hormones every night, but only in certain hours.
Circadian rhythms are mental, physical, and behavioral changes occurring in a 24-hour cycle. This cycle reacts to light and dark signals, ultimately improving or worsening your sleep cycle. Melatonin hormone produced by your pineal gland helps in the better functioning of circadian rhythms, especially the sleep-wake cycle. Your pineal gland releases the highest volumes of melatonin during darkness, but when it is daytime, the production gets lower. While it is not vital for sleep, the presence of melatonin can surely help you sleep better and longer. Melatonin is also called a fix and rejuvenate nighttime hormone, according to Barbara O'Neill. This hormone fixes and rejuvenates both your brain and body during sleep. Since the production of melatonin is greatly affected by the dark and light cycles, Barbara O'Neill strongly suggests reducing the screen time before bed. If your eyes stay exposed to blue light produced by your electronic gadgets for the long term, you will likely struggle to fall asleep or continue to sleep. Aside from melatonin, serotonin is also released during your sleep. Serotonin is a feel-good hormone that can influence your mood in either a bad or good way. Staying up late at night and not getting enough sleep can result in mood swings, which is a result of affected serotonin levels.
Another hormone is serotonin. That's the mood hormone. So if you want to feel good, go to bed early. What are the kids like if they have a late night? Not very happy.
If you want peaceful sleep, you need to make sure you're not experiencing any body pain or discomfort. Arginine vasotocin is the hormone that is produced while you're sleeping and ensures that you're free from any kind of pain. It can also help you fall into deep sleep by controlling the pain you're already experiencing. Barbara O'Neill says if you want to get the maximum out of the arginine vasotocin hormone, you must engage yourself in high-intensity interval training, HIIT, as it releases waste that needs to be discarded. It doesn't stop there. Your body also produces epithalamin during sleep, which can improve learning capacity as well as slow down the aging process. Barbara O'Neill says epithalamin is an important hormone both for retaining information and keeping your brain active and functioning. REM and NREM sleep. As you sleep, two important sleep types occur: rapid eye movement, REM, and non-rapid eye movement, NREM sleep. During REM sleep, your eyes move back and forth as you sleep, while your brain remains active. Plus, it is during REM sleep that you dream frequently.
This is where dreaming happens. No wonder the eyes are moving fast. The dreaming.
Initially, we experience non-rapid eye movement sleep, but as the night progresses, we shift toward rapid eye movement sleep. After a short duration of REM sleep, the cycle repeats, and NREM switches with REM. During NREM sleep, your brain remains inactive, and as you go into deeper sleep in NREM, your breathing process slows down, and your blood pressure drops. These sleep cycles last between 90 and 120 minutes. Every cycle consists of 3 stages of NREM sleep and 1 stage of REM sleep. In stage 1, you sleep for 5 to 10 minutes at maximum before you go to stage 2, and it's easy to wake you up. After 5 to 10 minutes, you move towards stage 2, in which you fall into light sleep, but it's a bit deeper than stage 1. In this stage, your heart rate, breathing, and body temperature drop to prepare your body to get into the deepest sleep. After 10 to 25 minutes, you move to stage 3. Stage 3 is the deepest sleep stage, and it seems difficult to wake you up now. If someone tries to wake you up, you may feel confused and lost for a few minutes. For adults, stage 3 covers around 25% of their total sleep time. While in NREM sleep, our body repairs, fixes, and regrows body tissues, bones, and muscles, and enhances the immunity system. Additionally, the processes of courier and cleaning happen during NREM sleep, in which our daytime memories are moved to the cortex, and waste is cleaned from neuronal activity.
Now, all through the day, everything that happens to us is stored in our hippocampus back here. It's called the short-term storage unit. While we sleep, there's a courier service that takes all of those memories from the day up to the cortex up the top.
REM sleep, on the other hand, is as important as NREM sleep. REM sleep activates the areas of the brain that can enhance learning capability and memory. Your brain fixes and repairs damages within it during REM sleep, while also managing your emotional experiences. Plus, your brain turns your short-term memories into long-term memories. If you don't get enough REM sleep, you might experience short-term or long-term memory loss, struggle with coping with emotions and concentration, weakened immune system, and drowsiness in the morning. How to sleep better. Whether it is the lack of REM or NREM sleep, you need to focus on your entire sleeping routine to get high-quality sleep. If it's insomnia that's causing you a lot of trouble, Barbara O'Neill has got you covered. Her natural remedies will allow you to beat your insomnia with no fuss and get enough of both REM and NREM sleep, while also releasing those 4 useful hormones. If you go to bed late, it means you're compromising the production of serotonin, melatonin, and the two other discussed hormones, which are vital for human body function. Lesser sleep will eventually make you feel drowsy the next day, with lower concentration and memory retention levels. O'Neill recommends having a non-negotiable 8 hours of sleep. Barbara O'Neill says if you want to improve your sleep quality, you should follow her recommended tips, which include opening room windows for fresh air circulation, getting enough sunlight exposure for improved circadian rhythm, avoiding caffeine and sugar in the evening, incorporating exercise into your routine, choosing a balanced diet, drinking enough water, managing stress and anxiety, and practicing gratitude. Sunlight exposure, specifically during the first hour of the day, can fix your circadian rhythm and improve your sleep quality. Plus, sunlight also regulates the production of pineal gland hormones as it fixes the circadian rhythm.
Well, it's light and dark signals that are fed through the optic nerve that communicate with the pineal gland that help to balance your circadian rhythm.
If you are a frequent foreign traveler, you might already be suffering from jet lag, a condition that occurs after you travel across different time zones. You experience insomnia, daytime fatigue, confusion, mood swings, and stomach issues. Jet lag happens when your normal daily rhythms don't align with a new time zone. It can temporarily disturb your sleeping pattern and hinder your ability to sleep. Barbara O'Neill says you can treat it easily through sunlight exposure. Since sunlight fixes your circadian rhythm, your sleep routine will automatically be restored. Caffeine and sugar are two things that Barbara O'Neill suggests you avoid at all costs. Both of these foods can interfere with your sleep as well as memory. According to research, the intake of high-sugar foods can affect your sleep patterns while also triggering conditions like sleep apnea, in which you aren't able to get the restorative sleep your body requires. Even if you fall asleep after consuming high-sugar foods or drinks, you will likely wake up in an hour or two. Barbara O'Neill says caffeine is a strong stimulant that can affect your body for several hours, making it difficult for you to have a restful night's sleep. When you consume caffeine, it targets the neurotransmitter adenosine, which encourages your body to sleep and relax. Once adenosine is blocked from working, caffeine begins to alert your body and awaken for as long as the coffee affects your body. Therefore, it's best to avoid both caffeine and sugar if you want to get a full night's sleep. Instead, you can go for herbal teas that are decaffeinated or even decaffeinated coffee if you can't resist yourself. Barbara O'Neill says you must make sure that your coffee is not chemically processed, besides decaffeination.
There are some things that will block the release of those hormones. One is caffeine. Caffeine actually stops the release of those hormones for 5 hours. One lady said, "Does that mean I can drink the coffee in the morning?"
Exercise is another best recommended tip by Barbara O'Neill to nail your sleeping routine. She says if you want to ensure that you have a restful night's sleep, you need to be physically active during the daytime. If you are not much of a runner, you can go for an exercise bike, rebounder, and even swimming. Exercise aids in better sleep at night by resetting your circadian rhythm, releasing hormones like endorphins, reducing daytime sleepiness, and treating any sleep disorders. However, ensure that you don't engage in any exercise before bedtime, as it negatively affects your sleep quality. O'Neill also discourages the intake of a large evening meal, as it can disturb your sleep. She says your breakfast should be sizable, lunch should be balanced, and dinner should be light. If you're not someone who is physically engaged during the day, you can go for light snacks like a protein drink, a banana, avocado, herbal tea, or a light soup for dinner. This way you can let your stomach rest to ensure peaceful sleep. As for overall sleep quality and health, she recommends a diet full of fiber, proteins, and healthy fats.
Nutrition. It's important to be eating, and we've looked at this a few times, high fiber, generous proteins, and your healthy fats.
Drinking enough water can also help you dodge your poor sleep quality and schedule. Barbara O'Neill says we lose a lot of moisture during the night, which may disrupt our sleep. She recommends keeping a water bottle by your side to stay hydrated during the night. Stress and anxiety can hinder your ability to sleep properly. Therefore, you must be able to manage them in the first place. Barbara O'Neill suggests that you read a relaxing book like The Life Habits of Australian Platypus, Count Backward, or take a hot or cold bath with lavender essential oils, Epsom salts, or fresh lavender to free your mind from worries and stress. She says you must and should avoid your brain's chat room, where your worries are discussed, to fall asleep quickly while also keeping away from your smartphone. Try turning your room into a calm haven by dimming the lights, using fiber bedding, pillows, and blankets, and fixing the room temperature or ensuring fresh air circulation. Expressing gratitude, like staying thankful for everything you have in your life, can also aid in better sleep, as said by O'Neill. Hormonal imbalances can also affect your sleep. O'Neill recommends using wild yam cream to rebalance your hormones. While melatonin is best for improved sleep quality, excessive amounts of it in pills may pose a health risk. O'Neill says you can choose valerian in capsules or tablet form to induce sleep naturally. Last but not least, try practicing deep breathing techniques like inhaling for 5 seconds, holding for 3 seconds, and exhaling for 5 seconds to ease your mind and prepare it for sleep. Bad sleeping patterns, insomnia, and sleep deprivation aren't only frustrating for one, these conditions can pose serious health risks too. Barbara O'Neill's natural remedies can help you kickstart your sleep journey without relying on conventional sleeping pills.